ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. Honorable Mr. MP Nirmal, Mrs. Indralekha, Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Chelladurai, வாடிக்கையாளர் நண்பர்களே, சகோதரிகளே, இன்றைய தினம் இந்த கூட்டமானது நமது இந்தியன் ஓவர்சீஸ் பேங்க் தேனாம்பேட்டை கிளையின் சாதனைக்காகவும் அவர்கள் கொடுத்து வரும் சிறந்த சேவைக்காகவும் மற்றும் அகில இந்தியாவில் இந்தியன் ஓவர்சீஸ் பேங்கின் மிக சிறந்த கிளை என்று அறிவிக்கப்படும் காரணமாகவும் அவருக்கு அந்த கேடயம் கிடைத்ததன் காரணமாக சில வாடிக்கையாளர் நண்பர்கள் சேர்ந்து நாம் ஏன் அவர்களுக்கு ஒரு பாராட்டு தெரிவிக்கக்கூடாது, அவருடைய சேவையை நாம் ஏன் பாராட்டி ஒரு இந்த கூட்டம் மூலமாக நம்முடைய சந்தோஷத்தை அவருடன் பகிர்ந்து கொள்ள இந்த கூட்டத்தை கூட்டியுள்ளோம். இப்பொழுது இந்த கூட்டத்துக்கு பிரதம விருந்தினராக வந்திருக்கும் திரு KAK அவர்களை இந்தியன் ஓவர்சீஸ் பேங்க் தேனாம்பேட்டை கிளை அலுவலர்கள் எல்லோரும் அவர்களை மற்றும் வாடிக்கையாளர்களை எல்லோரையும் வருக என்று வரவேற்று பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறது. அவர்கள் சில வார்த்தைகள் பேசுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். மிஸ்டர் ரோஹிதா for the mic, please.
Chief guest of the evening, Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Nirmal, and ladies and gentlemen. I have been myself a banker, so it's very proud privilege for me today to felicitate my co-banker. Indian Overseas branch, Teynampet branch, I have been dealing myself for a couple of years now as a customer, and I have found more than anything a smiling face on all the staff members. Yes, on occasions you can do something for your customer. On occasions you cannot do. Suppose I present a clearing check to you today and say that money should be credited to my account. Obviously it cannot be done. But when you go to the branch manager, he may see the drawers name and see that the money will definitely be credited, and he uses the discretion. Or he may take the discretion of not granting you. That is not material all the time. What is important is he uses the discretion, and the members of the staff feel that what is right we will do. And if it cannot be done, it can be said no with a smile. That is what I have particularly found at the branch. And if this branch has been selected as the best branch, it is no wonder, because all around we find a team spirit led by Mr. Nirmal, whether it's a messenger, whether it's a clerical staff, whether it's the officer, everybody has been wanting as a team, which is very important. Even if you have customer service committees, small committees, I think one gentleman all the time, every month you have something which I have found a very useful exercise, that he looks after the customer's interest. And I compliment the branch for innovative ideas in this regard. If this branch has been selected as the best branch, it is not the intention of giving some sort of laurels to this branch alone, but also explaining to other branches how things can be improved. Yes, all the bankers have limited amount of discretion today. We can't help it, because there are frauds, there are other problems. Within the parameters of the rules, how best you can improve upon your services. And this branch has shown an example, and it has been adjusted as the best branch. And I am sure this function which we have arranged on customers is a token of expressing our gratitude to the branch. And also maybe other branches who know of this function should follow the example and do improvised services to their customers. With these few words, I felicitate the branch staff and Mr. Nirmal and each and every one of you for the good work you are doing and you will continue to do. Thank you very much. Mr. Purandrin will, as another customer, will come and facilitate the branch.
Distinguished Chief Guest, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to participate in this felicitation ceremony of IOBNs of Teynampet branch. I congratulate Mr. Nirmal and his team for having won twin medals. I represent Avan group of companies who are the largest and number one customer of Teynampet branch. I have been witnessing this branch from 1980 onwards. I would certainly say that this is the golden era of this branch. Mr. Nirmal did many marvelous, innovative schemes to render services to customers. I hope you all might have read in dailies, weeklies, in praise of his service and the branch as a model for other banking sectors. I also would like to commend his service for the poor in fighting the socio-economic problems. His dynamism, optimistic approach, the leadership qualities will certainly inspire any person who enters his cabin. No doubt, without the able administrators like Mr. Ramaratnam, he could not have achieved these things. I have every praise for all officers and staff who has worked hard to develop this branch up to this extent. Please keep it up. Once again, I wish you one and all. Thank you, gentlemen.
To come.
Honorable Chief Guest of the evening, Mr. KAK Shower, Mr. Nirmal, and other members of the Teynampet branch staff. I really consider it as a privilege to felicitate Mr. Nirmal and his team for winning laurels after laurels. We as customers felt that it is high time that it's not a mere reciprocation. We are doing it in a very sincere way for the dedicated and sincere service that is being rendered by Mr. Nirmal and his team. He is constantly striving his very best to do a lot of service to his customers, and I pray Almighty to give him enough strength to do better day by day. There are two other aspects to this function also. This is the first time that we are given an opportunity for various customers to meet, and also the members of the staff. This is probably a home away from home, that we are mixing not as members of the bank and as customers. I only wish that we meet once in a way like this, so that we could exchange freely, and this would give us an opportunity to express our and share our views. Not only we are every day bogged down with our banking and our industrial problems. So that this is one way we mix and exchange ourselves. So I once again take this opportunity to felicitate Mr. Nirmal and his team and congratulate him and wish that he does, improves the functions of the bank more and more. Thank you.
Mr. Nambudri. Friends, you must be wondering why we are calling, but actually we had a lot of requests. Number of people wanted to talk, and therefore we are limited to a few selected. Thank you. Mr. Nambudri, please.
Mr. Swami, dear IOBNs, I am not a banker, but going back into the kind of things that we have heard about in banking, I can remember a very big incident, and no small incidents, not even one more. And that was when Lee Iacocca of Chrysler paid his loans back 7 years before they were due. This is definitely not on that scale. But if you go into the feelings, the magnitude of the feelings that is going into this program, I'm sure that this beats that program. It's a very unique situation when the customers call a program to entertain the bankers. And that is definitely a sign of the joy, a sign of the thrill the customers get when they come to the bank. One really does not feel that one has come to a bank. You do not have that counter between the customer and the bank. Though, of course, physically there is a counter. That feeling is not there when one comes to IOB Teynampet. Mr. Nirmal and the entire team has proven that banking, while being a business, need not be thought of as a business. I do not know if I'm very right in that particular use of words, but what I can definitely say is that they have made banking a lot more than just a business. It's not just money, it's a lot of feelings. It's a two-way interaction all the way. And that is something which is wonderful about IOB Teynampet. A lot of small things that we have noticed about the bank make all the difference. Every day at the entrance, the flower pots containing the flowers are changed. The flowers are changed. And even a woman who has tremendous love for her home does not manage to do that every day. And that, gentlemen and ladies, is something very unique about IOB. It's not the changing of the flowers, but it's the care that go into every little thing. I have seen officers reaching their table at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they take a piece of cloth and they wipe their tables and they get back to action. They don't wait for the pew to come and do that. This is dynamism. And dynamism is bound to be rewarded, whether it is IOB Teynampet or anybody. And when I was told that IOB Teynampet has won this award, I think I was more thrilled than Mr. Nirmal himself was, because we wish, I mean, I'm a computer man, and we call clones when you have IBM PCs and PC compatibles. Anything that is similar to a PC, you call it a clone. I wish there are many more IOB Teynampet clones. I don't congratulate Mr. Nirmal. I don't. Because what he has achieved and what the team has achieved is something that is just absolutely natural. It just had to happen and it has happened. I only wish that next year, the same time, the same place, we meet again. Thank you.
May I request Mr. Dokha to come over?
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Nirmal, the members of the main table, my friends and IOB staff, clients of the IOB staff, I am client of IOB since it is started in Teynampet. And the service they are rendering is something marvelous. Their approach, their method is something excellent. We really appreciate and really they deserve this kind of felicitation so that other branch and other staff will get an inspiration by this. I wish them and we expect and we hope that they will extend their more courteous service to us. Thank you.
Has been blushing like a young bride. May I request Mr. Nirmal to say a few words?
Respected Chief Guest of the evening, Mr. KAK Shower, esteemed patrons of our bank, dear colleagues. Let me first thank the organizers of the meeting and other customers for having got up this function today evening. I feel in my 23 years banking service, the first of its kind, today I see the customers coming forward to felicitate the staff members of a particular bank. I consider this as a greater honor than even the Best Branch Award given by our bank. No doubt, appreciation from our patrons is more valuable. I consider, if at all, this success knocked our door, it is 100% due to my dear colleagues working in Teynampet. Each and every IOBN has contributed for the success. And whatever compliments paid to you, I would attribute to my beloved colleagues of Teynampet branch. I feel, if you ask me, today I found some of our beloved friends and clients are paying tributes. If you ask us, what is our strong point? I would say the IOBs in Teynampet are quite well versed in one art, that is bending a rule to satisfy a customer. Often we find, whether it's bank or any institution, as a matter of fact, even if you go to a ration shop, anywhere you can see, people, they are quick enough to quote a rule and decline something which you look forward from them. But here in Teynampet, it's quite different. I feel it's because, you know, all the human beings have heart. I think the bank, this branch, has a heart. And they want to, when the request is made, they would like to see how best they can help a client. And again, I feel, and many of the customers or even friends and our staff may have a doubt why we do have so many schemes. I have a very strong feeling that banks in India, they can change the fortune of India. If every bank is going to give a little push, I don't see it's far off when India will become another Japan. It is the idea in mind. We at Teynampet, we are getting into many areas which may obviously look quite unconnected to banking. You know, as a bank, we have a building, we have staff members, we have telephone, we have contacts. We can help anyone. We see from the morning to evening people who come forward for help. It may be for purchase of a television set at a construction rate or getting a milk card and so many things we do remaining in the bank. And we do this as a wholesale. We get into areas where people have problems. We not only deal with the customers, we also deal with the public. Wherever we find people have problems, we want to get into those areas. That's how we started the motor vehicle tax collection. As you all know, how the motor owners were finding it difficult to get their tax tokens. This was done at IOB Teynampet, and we found the actual owners were themselves coming forward to collect their tax tokens. As we created such a nice environment, we not only gave the tax tokens in about 3 minutes time, we arranged for spot insurance, we arranged for free checkup to make it really attractive. Such a dry subject like every tax collection became very attractive. The last year we had even canteens, ice cream parlors, etc. And apart from that, I told IOB Teynampet is a bank with heart. What we did was, we used this cleverly to raise funds for a school at Napalayam, which was adopted by Rotary Club of Madras North. The children of the school were studying under the tree, which one of the Rotarians happened to see, and the Rotary Club Madras North, they constructed a building which was not sufficient. On the Republic Day when I went there, I saw the plight of the children. I thought that we would make use of this MV tax collection as an opportunity to raise funds. And thanks to the splendid support of IOBians of Teynampet, we could net about more than ₹1 lakh. And I'm sure that another building will shortly come raise up at Napalayam. Apart from that, when the tax collection work came, it was very difficult for the bank staff alone to do this. So what we did, we engaged the service of physically handicapped, and we could provide employment to all these physically handicapped. For about 13 days, we paid them decent salary, apart from providing them sumptuous lunch. In fact, I became very happy recently. A physically handicapped girl who worked in the LP tax collection, recently she called on me to collect a certificate. She applied for a bank interview, In that, she showed a certificate issued by us, placing on record the excellent service she rendered during MB tax collection. That certificate enabled her to get a job. Again, to quote another instance, how we deal with people, not just like quoting rules, but the humanitarian approach. Recently, about 4 months back, a lady walked into my room. She wanted a refrigerator loan. You are all aware, we have got a personal loan where we give loans for purchase of domestic articles, household appliances. This lady wanted a refrigerator loan and I asked her to bring a travel certificate. I found her salary is not adequate, and especially when the loan is granted, after the payment of installment, she owed 50% of the salary, which is a basic now. And I politely declined to consider the request. She was very persistent. Normally, what I do when the ladies come for a personal loan, especially the working woman,